What are the best engine swaps for a Mazda Rx8 and how each of them compares in terms of power, cost, and installation difficulty? Let's find out. The first engine option is the GM LS V8, which is a very popular choice in the United States due to its affordability and availability. The LS engine offers a lot of aftermarket upgrades and many transmission options, making it a versatile choice for Rx8 owners. However, it is not as readily available in the rest of the world, and it's a large and heavy engine, which will change the weight balance of the car. In terms of power, the stock LS1 with bolt-ons and cam can produce up to 450 horsepower and 550 Nm of torque. The cost of swapping an LS engine into an Rx8 in the US is between $6,000 and $10,000, which include a complete swap kit, engine, transmission, custom drive shaft, headers, exhaust, and fuel pump. The second engine option is the Toyota 1JZ and 2JZ, which are both expensive engines, especially in Europe, but have a strong reputation for reliability and power. They also offer a lot of aftermarket upgrades. Both engines are larger and heavier than the Rx8's original engine, which will affect handling, and they require expensive gearboxes. The 1JZ stock turbos produce 320 horsepower and 420 Nm, while the 2JZ stock turbos produce 440 horsepower and 550 Nm. With upgraded turbo systems and ECU, the 1JZ can produce up to 650 horsepower reliably, and the 2JZ can produce up to 800 horsepower reliably. The total cost for a 1JZ with 5-speed transmission is around $6,000, and the cost of the 2JZ with 6-speed transmission is around $20,000. Next up, we have Nissan's SR20 DET, one of the smallest and lightest engines that you can put in an Rx8. This is especially useful for those owners who want to minimize its impact on handling. It's also one of the cheapest options, with the engine and transmission mounts costing around 800 euros in Europe and around 1,000 in the US. With the stock turbo, the engine produces 220 horsepower and 275 Nm. The stock block is capable of producing up to 350 horsepower reliably, but you need a different ECU, fuel system, and turbo setup for that. The next engine on the list is Honda's K20 or K24. These engines are a little bit more available since they were sold in the US and also in Europe. The engine mounts have to be fabricated, and the Rx8 transmission needs to be used because the engine comes from a front-wheel drive car. The stock power potential is between 160 to 200 horsepower and up to 200 Nm depending on the engine. Stock block with turbo kit and Hondata ECU can give up to 450 horsepower reliably. The total cost for this swap is around $5,000. And finally, the last engine on our list is the RX-7's 13B Turbo REW. Rx8 Performance sells an amazing swap kit for this engine, or if you want to go old school, you can find a donor RX-7 and take out the parts that you need. Since it's coming from another RX model, there is one thing you will not have to worry about, and that is the engine mounting and transmission. And also, no frame or steering modding will be needed. As this engine is practically the same, handling will be minimally affected. As for power potential, the stock block is capable of around 450 horsepower reliably. The price range for this swap is between $10,000 and $20,000. And also, let me know in the comments below which engine swap is your favorite, which one have you already done on your Rx8, and how happy are you with it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.